it better over here? Oh, it is. Oh, I'm gonna have to take down this charm that my friend made me. Welcome back. We're in the vehicle today. I had to leave my house to film because my house right now is, I would say not necessarily a safe space. It's safe, just not for filming. My window's cracked. We're on a nature trail. We're not on the nature trail. We're in the parking lot. And I, of course, am hyperfixated on the way that I look right now. Better or worse? Better today. Better today, glasses today. Let me give my notes. Wow, I'm a bitch. So a few nights ago, I was browsing on YouTube, as one does whenever she is in bed, and I stumbled across this video niche genre. I'm gonna try to quiet down every time a car drives by, that I'd never really actually clicked on before, and that is people older than 75 giving life advice. I watched two videos that stuck out to me, and I'm gonna link them in the description, the names of which I did not write down in my notes. Ridiculous of me. And these videos got me reflecting, and now I'm here to talk to you. I used to have this belief that wisdom is something that comes with age every time, no matter what the wisdom is related to. But the older I get, the more that I realize that's not true. I guess I am gaining wisdom as I get older then. But certain things don't just happen whenever you turn 60. You know, you don't just suddenly realize the key to happiness. That's not how it works. My belief that specific wisdom came with certain ages in your life ultimately led to me believing that you can't be young and like a good person, or you can't be young and smart, or you can't be young and X. You know, there's always something that you can't be because you're too young. But I have never thought that someone is stupid just because they're young. You have less life experience, but everybody's life experiences are so different. What happens to one person at 47 happens to another person at 16. Things like health crisis, losing a dear loved one. I think major life experiences have to do with who a person is more than age. That's something that I'll probably change my mind about later in life because I'm only 21. So let's get into it. Let's get into the best advice that I have to give at 21. The best advice I've ever received about early adulthood. Things that I carry with me that I don't think are gonna change. Whatever, okay. These are things that I live by. And there's like 10 thought experiments in here, so you better pull your fucking pants up. I like people driving by and looking at my tripod and then just getting confused. My first piece of advice is that the only person you ever need to worry about impressing is yourself. The only person that you need to care about the opinion of is yourself. Not your friends, not your family, not the people who don't really know you. Obviously, take this with a grain of salt. Shit happens. Sometimes your friends come to you and say that you're being shitty. Sometimes you feel like you need to be doing a better job for your family. But most of the time, you are doing just fine. Unless it's actually come up enough that you think it's a problem. You are doing just fine. You cannot walk through life caring about what other people think of you or whether they think you're making mistakes, because you're the only one who has to live with your choices. The more that you care about the opinion of others and impressing others instead of just doing what you want to do, the more that you're doing shit you don't even want to do. You're just doing things for other people so that they think you're good. Do you think you're good? You are the only one who needs to think well of yourself. If you don't think well of yourself, nothing else matters. You come first. There is rarely ever a day in life where you need to walk around after meeting a person and think to yourself, what did they think of me? That's stupid. Don't do that. People will like you if they like you. You need to like you. You are the only person who needs to think that you are doing well and you are doing good and that you like yourself. The birds out here make such pretty noises. It overjoys me. It's beautiful. Always give as much as you can. Now, overgiving is a thing. I get it. I have been an overgiver. But here's what I mean by always give as much as you can. If you are fed and another person is hungry and you still have food, why wouldn't you give it to them? Why wouldn't you give it to them? Hoarding is gross. Hoarding wealth, hoarding... Wealth is like the number one thing. Food, time. What I'm saying is, especially to those of us who live in first world countries like America, you have so much. Look at this fucking vehicle that I sit in that is mine. Isn't that disgusting that it's only mine? Give as much as you can. As humans, one of the most beautiful gifts that we have is to share. So give as much as you can. Buy a friend's meal. Do not ever make people owe you money back, because it's just gonna stress you out and piss you off whenever they don't do it on time. Give everything that you can. And I don't mean like pieces of of yourself. Obviously, your cup needs to be full first, but if you can give, do give. Anger is a useless tool unless you're Drew Afwalo. Don't be angry. Being angry is so stupid. Here I am getting angry about people being angry. It's genuinely poison. It's the same as a grudge. So many people know the phrase or the saying, holding a grudge. It is the same as holding a hot coal and expecting the other person to get hurt. You are doing no one a favor, especially not yourself. Some things are deserving of anger. We live in a very angry world. We are angry about the state of our political climate globally. We are angry about being able to afford things and do things and live and have rights. We're angry about bigotry and hate, but adding more hate on top of that really doesn't help. If you can solve something without anger, I recommend to do it that way. Nothing is ever solved gracefully with anger or hate. You can approach things angry and hateful, or you can approach them calmly, and what is going to be better understood and better respected. Obviously, there's a time and a place for anger, but what I'm saying is a lot of the time you don't have to be angry, especially about little shit. Take the high road. Take the high road and be kind. As always, there's a time and a place for a certain emotion. Are you about to get kidnapped? Be angry and rude. Was a cashier just really snarky and mean to you? Suck it up, because some people get their order wrong back at McDonald's and then they let it ruin their day. You literally didn't have to have a bad day. You're just being dramatic. There is almost always no need for a bad attitude. And people with bad attitudes always have rubbed me the wrong way, because why are you upset? You're always upset about something. There's always something to be upset about. There's also always joy. There's always peace and hope and love. You just have to choose it. Anyways, be kind. Spare kindness. Be kind to most everybody that you cross if you can. Even the ones where you're like, especially now, today, in America. With kindness, you make somebody's day better. You know, don't hold back a compliment if you have one. It's always worth it. And the people who always have something to complain about, so many things aren't worth worrying about. There are the people who worry, in my eyes, and the people who don't. And the people who don't have in their head figured out already what they're going to let disrupt their peace. Back to the example of getting the wrong order at McDonald's. How are you going to let that affect you? It's not the cashier's fault how you feel about it. How you feel, your emotions are not other people's responsibility. If something is out of your control, figure out how to let go of your desire to control it, because it's not worth it. You're putting yourself in a way too stressful position. There's so much that you don't need to be worried about. There is a couple approaching on a walk. I think they're speaking Punjabi. I love the melting pot. Anyways, be okay with doing what you can, because there's only so much that you can do, and it's not worth the trouble. It's not worth the trouble to try and figure out how to control as much as possible. Be okay with doing what you can. Ask yourself if you did all you could do. You probably did. And if you've done all that you can do, stop worrying about it. Appreciate everything, because chances are you actually have a lot. Love everything that you have. And I know that it's hard. A lot of the time we are in situations where we don't necessarily feel like that's the position we deserve to be in. But there is always something to be grateful for, and there is always hope for change, and you always have the ability to take action. So always love what you have in the moment. Love what you have right now, because you're not going to have it forever. Everything's finite. Everything goes away. Love your family. Love your friends. Love yourself. Love the job that you hate. The things about it that you do like. Love it. Love your shitty car, because someday you're going to miss it. Love the place that you live, even though you hate it so bad. Appreciate everything that you have whenever you have it, because it's going to go away. You're going to lose it. And appreciating everything that you have whenever you have it helps things not be so hard. You don't get stuck in this cycle of, I can't wait to be gone. You actually start to think to yourself, whenever you practice mindfulness, how lucky you are and the capacity that you have to be grateful. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on this bug because it seems like it might want to join me. No. It's joining its friends in the forest. It better join its friends in the forest, because I'm not going to be any part of that. This one's just kind of a one-off. If you are a woman, do not take advice from men. Don't take advice from your dad. Don't take advice from your brother. Don't take advice from your male cousin. Sometimes you can, but the life experience of a man is so different than that of a woman, or anyone who identifies as a woman. So if you are a woman and a man is giving you unsolicited advice, especially, don't take it. And you know what's crazy is that I can't tell men not to take advice from women. It does feel different. Well, that's not fair. Neither is the patriarchy. Neither was Hammurabi's code. So if you cannot take the nuance from what I just said about not taking advice from men, maybe that piece of advice wasn't for you. And I don't care if you think I'm a man hater for that. I am a man hater. I'm a man hater who loves her boyfriend very much. She's the only one. Hey, it's editing, Sophia. You can tell because the lighting is really bad. It's like 4 days later. I have a mountainous pimple on my forehead. I'm watching back and I'm realizing through this next piece of advice, there was a lot that I could have said that I didn't. I was saying how life is good. You just have to believe that it's good. You just have to do all that you can, and you could do anything if you put your mind to it. That is coming from an extreme place of privilege. I should have thought to say something because the likelihood is that there are people watching this video of color who have far more obstacles in place than I will ever have whenever it comes to achieving the things that I want to achieve. I don't want to just come on here and say, if you work hard enough, you can get anything. You just have to keep going and you just have to do it, because whenever people who are part of certain minority groups take action to do the things that they want to do and achieve their dreams, it sometimes puts them in a position of danger. It is far more dangerous for a black woman to be doing what I'm doing on the internet. I want to sit here and tell you to do all that you can do. But obviously, there are boundaries for some people more than there are others, and that's unfair. And I feel like I couldn't rightfully put this video up if I didn't say something like that. I think what I was really trying to say was, and not in a toxic way, which it's kind of coming off as that in the video, there is an importance to positivity that some people struggle to recognize whenever it comes to approaching life. And I'm sorry if my original clip was sort of making you feel not seen, because I don't want this to be a place where just white girls can come to feel seen and feel like they could get advice. I want everybody to know that they're safe here. So this one might hurt a little bit. Life is not after you, and life is not against you. You are the one living life. Do not ever for a second think, why me? Actually, sometimes it's really fucking hard, and you can think, why me? My dad died when I was 16. Why did my dad die when I was 16? That's not fair. Nothing's fucking fair. But you can do so much. You can do so much, because life might not be fair, but that doesn't mean it's going against you. That doesn't mean that it's after you to do bad things to you. I know someone who really thinks that life is the most terrible thing and bad things are always happening, and that's why they're unhappy. They're unhappy because life is unhappy. Unless you struggle with something like mentally, an illness or disorder of some kind, you are not unhappy because life is unhappy. You're happy because you are choosing to be. And I really, really want to emphasize that this does not apply to you if you struggle with a disorder of the mind of some kind. I'm just talking about people who are bitches, because every person has the same amount of power over how they feel about their life and the things that they think about life. And again, I'm mostly speaking to people who are living in accessible situations in a first world country. In many cases, you can work hard to get the things that you want. You have access to so much knowledge, and in most cases, you can work hard enough to get what you want. But that leads us to our next topic, which is that no amount of achievement will fix you. A dollar sign will not buy you joy. Your dream job will not enlighten you. Do not confuse satisfaction with goal achievement. You will not achieve a goal and suddenly be satisfied with your life. Satisfaction is a choice that you make every day. The way that you feel about being alive will not change whenever you get more. And the country that I live in has conditioned children to think that way, to think, you go get the things that you want and then you're happy. All feelings are fleeting. You're always only going to be sad some of the time. You're always only going to be happy some of the time. Reiterating again, this next piece of advice does not apply to you if you struggle with mental illness, because I know sometimes you're really not in control of what's going on up here. But if you're a person who is in control of what's going on up here, your mind is a very powerful tool. Don't abuse it. You are allowed to not think bad things of yourself, of the world, of other people. You are allowed to say kind things about yourself, about the world, about other people. If you believe in good over evil, you will see more good over evil. Your mindset really does change everything. If you think the world is shitty and awful and terrible, it's gonna feel shitty and awful and terrible. If you think that the world is beautiful and kind and hopeful, you will see beauty and kindness and hope. You know about rose-colored glasses? Well, there's also piss-colored glasses. Shit-stained, tar-covered glasses that some people put on, and that's why they suck to talk to all of the time. My last piece of advice that I will give you before I turn the AC back on, holy shit, it's hot! Life is for enjoying. You cannot believe that you are here to eat and sleep and work and inevitably die. You are here to enjoy. You are here to create. It is not a race. It is not a game. There are no codes to decipher. There is no prize at the end. Life is for enjoying. Every single day, every single struggle, every single milestone. Life is for enjoying. So enjoy it. It's not a curse. It is not a burden. It is a gift. So that's that on today's advice column section, whatever. My phone started overheating and I started overheating, so I turned to my truck and I turned on the AC, and I did put my sweatshirt back on. And I don't care if that doesn't make a lot of sense to you. Let me know in the comments if you have any advice about life. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the video. If you like me, I don't have to tell you to like and subscribe, so I'm not going to. That's your choice, and you have the freedom of will to do that. Anyways, I'm in my luteal phase. I'm PMSing real bad. I'm pissed off. My cycle's irregular. I'm not feeling good. I should probably go eat something. I'll see you next Wednesday. I hate my hair. I hate my face. I hate my outfit. Hate. Oh my gosh, I just told you how you're not supposed to be a hater. Okay, well, you know what? Last piece of advice about life is that sometimes you're gonna be upset, and that's okay.